Hey guys, it's me, ZZAVID. And for today's video, I was thinking, since I love movies, and more specifically, since I love a good horror movie, I live for a good horror movie, guys. I said to myself, why not make a list of the top 3 most traumatizing, horrific films I have ever seen in my entire life. Films that to this day haunt me, traumatize me, and still have me going to the therapist's office every single week. So, without any further ado, let's get right into it, honey. Woo! Now let's start with number 1, honey. This is the most traumatizing film I have ever seen, and this movie is called Inside. Now, Inside is international, honey. It's foreign, it's in another language, but I had the subtitle so I knew what the hell was going on. This movie is the most traumatizing film I have ever seen in my entire life. If you want to see a film that will haunt you decades to come, I recommend Inside, because to this day, I still have nightmares about this film. It haunts me, it traumatizes me, it just keeps me going, and I can't deal with this film. But it's so good at the same time, because it's really gory, but it still has substance to it. It's not like one of these like films that just has gore and blood and guts all over the place without anything to go for. This movie is crazy. Now, this movie tells a story about this woman who is very much pregnant, about to give birth, but not quite yet. And she recently lost her husband in a car accident. Now, she's so sad, she's so lonely, she just wants to be by herself on Christmas night because she doesn't want to be around anybody. She's just sad. She lost her husband and she's gonna give birth to this baby without a husband. But she thinks she's alone, but little does this heifer know that there is a woman outside of her house wanting to get inside for what? Her baby, honey. All she wants in this world is the baby she is carrying that she's about to give birth to any day now. Now, when I tell you, after watching this movie, I needed a Xanax and I needed to throw up, because this movie is so visually disgusting. I have never seen anything like this on film. I really thought, I don't know how this movie didn't catch a case, because I really thought this woman was put through the ringer on this film. I really thought what was going on was real, because it was so intense. I had to pause this movie at least 5 times throughout the watching period of this film, because I really could not take it. I was fully traumatized, and I can handle some I can handle some crazy stuff, but this movie took it to another level, honey. I needed a pause, I needed to walk away, I needed to go to the park, I needed to go to the museum, I needed something, I needed to watch the Kardashians after this, because like my mind could not take so much coming at me, honey. It was a lot. So if you like those kind of crazy films that will have you gagging for the rest of your life, I recommend Inside, because you will never forget this film, honey. Number 2 on the list, the most recent film I have watched, and it's called Hereditary. Now, unlike Inside, Hereditary is a slow climb, you know? It takes a minute, you know, but once you get to the top of that mountain, you will be in for the ride of your life, honey. This movie is life-changing, because to this day, I still don't know what I saw on the screen. All I know is that it was freaking crazy. It was just crazy, insane, and all of the above. I could not take this film because it's a slow burn, so you don't expect things to happen. So you don't know what's going on, because it's like very calm, very collected, but it's also very sad. So you think something's gonna happen, but bam! Something else happens. It is so crazy. I literally needed to go to the therapist the next day, because the things that I saw on this screen, I could not get out of my head. To this day, I cannot get out of my head. And basically, this movie is about a mother who just lost her mother, but she did not know the things that her mother was into, honey. She was dabbling in some things that was the devil's work. She was doing the devil's work, and the things that her mother was doing trickle down onto her family tree, honey, because it is following her. It will not let her go. It will haunt her for the rest of her life. And this movie, everybody, the mother, the son, the daughter, the father, and the dog were put through the ringer, honey. The things that these people went through in this film, I could not take it. I really felt bad for these people, because I really thought they were put through it. It was demonic, it was satanic, it was just witchery, all the crazy stuff, Coventry, a lot of craziness was going on. But there was a scene, I don't even want to tell you guys because I'm going to spoil it for you, but there was a scene where something happens and you think this family could not be put through enough, and all of a sudden it gets worse. I mean, this movie, you really need to watch Barney before and after watching this film, because this movie is so freaking depressing, but it's so horrific at the same time, because you're like, if I were put through this, I would have a mental breakdown. I was sitting there saying to myself, like, what am I watching and who made this? I could not take it. It was so intense, but it was so beautiful at the same time. I know it's crazy to say, but it was visually stunning. stunning. It was so good. If you want to see a movie that has a slow burn, but it doesn't show craziness like Inside does, you might enjoy this film. It's good. It's really good. It's like The Exorcist meets The Shining because it's not too crazy visually, but it is crazy visually, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, it's so good. Now, on to number 3 and the last on the list. It's Grave Encounters. Now I know what you're saying. Grave Encounters, isn't that one of those crazy like found footage films? Yes, it is a found footage film, but it is unlike the 16,000 found footage films that have been released and thrown in our faces for the last decade. This found footage film is basically, this movie made me feel like I'm going crazy. Like, I do not like movies that make me question my sanity. I watched this film and I said to myself, am I going crazy? Are they going crazy? Is the rest of the world going crazy? What is going on? Because I don't want to have any part of it. But I kind of do want to have a part of it because I'm kind of crazy. So, this movie is basically about this production team. They're like a TV show, like one of those TV shows that is like they go to grave sites, they go to insane asylums, they go to hospitals, they go to all these places to see if they can catch some otherworldly types of spiritual demonic possessions and all this craziness. They want to catch the tea, they want to spill the tea from the other dimension, honey. They want to see it, they want to feel it. But what I love about this film is that they play into that gig of, oh, we're going to pay people to make these noises, we're going to pay these people to prop things up so it can look like it's actually happening, but it's not really. But they decide to lock themselves in for the night, and they tell the guy that takes care of the property to be like, oh honey, no, we're gonna lock ourselves in, but you come the next day and lock us out because we wanna feel the full experience of being locked in. Why? I don't freaking know. These people were probably on drugs. I don't know why they thought. So basically, things go down. They think it's all propped up, they think it's all a manufactured production, but when they see things going down, they wanna get out. But the scene that got me, when I tell you this scene, oh my god, this was the moment that I was like, I think I'm going crazy. It's the scene where, I'm not spoiling anything for you guys. It's basically the scene where they're like, okay, no, we've had enough, we've seen too much, we don't want to see any more, thank you, please, goodbye, no, don't come again. And basically, they break the chains and locks and all that stuff down that they told the guy to, you know, open the next morning. They were like, no, we're not gonna wait for anybody, we're gonna get the hell out. And they were like, okay, break out, and right as soon as they opened that door thinking they're out for the freedom, honey, it is an endless corridor. I don't like those kind of craziness scenes because I have dreams like this, right? Open doors and it's like another door and another door and another door and I can't leave the house that I'm trying to get out of. That really, it drove me to another level of insanity that I thought I could never experience. This movie is so good. Visually, it's crazy. You feel, watching this film, I felt like I was going crazy. Like I needed a doctor's appointment the next day. I needed to get a checkup, I needed to get a mental checkup, I needed a CAT scan, and I needed all of the above because I could not take it. But if you like those kind of crazy films that it's just like coming at you like full speed ahead, you will live for this film because this film is freaking insanity and I loved every minute of it. So that was all, guys. I hope I traumatized you enough and I hope I inspired you to watch these films and learn something. Don't lock yourselves in a mental asylum thinking you're gonna be cute because you're not. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this film, like I'm Steven Spielberg, if you enjoy this video, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you can know when I'm making videos, because I'm making videos like all the time because I'm kind of loving this setup right now and I'm living my best life and I'm living my fantasy. I mean, come on now. So I hope you guys are having a beautiful day and I hope you live your best life, and until next time, bye!